I heard at school today that the government shutting down is all the Democrats' fault.
This message is for all the people that are complaining that they're not getting their food stamps for November. What did you do with October's food stamp money? What'd you do? Did you stock up on pantry items and try to shop smartly? Or did you just go buy a bunch of processed garbage? By the way, you can thank the Democrats for the government being shut down and your benefits not coming through for November. Looks like you're going to be going to the food pantry for your Thanksgiving meal. I know a lot of food pantries hand out turkeys for Thanksgiving. All the sides and trimmings too. Lots of food pantries. You better figure it out. I'm sick of hearing you complain, honestly. You ever have this as a meal? I'm eating peanut butter and butter on toast. It's absolutely delicious.
Food stamp lady literally said it is Democrats' fault that Americans don't have food stamps for the month of November. I want you to let that sink in. Democrats, wherever you are the problem. Food stamps are gone because you are the problem. Why do you even exist? No, because you cannot tell me on the internet we got a poor white woman, and I repeat, a poor white woman who's a Republican, and she will die on a cross code MAGA for DJT. Telling Democrats that they are the reason why Americans have no food stamps. You want to tell me Democrats that are not in power, the Democrats that don't sit in DJT's ears, they are the ones that made a decision for MAGA to lose out on food stamps? You want to tell me Democrats are insane, or they are spiritual animals somewhere? I don't know. Probably they do voodoo, you know. Probably Haitian ancestors and Jamaican ancestors, they flew over the heads of Democrats and they're like, I need you to stop that food stamp money from going to all the people in America that are poor. I think Republicans have the same mindset like their father. You know why? Because tell me, how does it make sense to wake up and call out Democrats that they are the reason why you got no food stamps? Ma'am, first of all, you're still broke as well.
Latasha, is this you?
I need money. Yes, I do. I need money. Yes, lots of money.
It's always the poor lifting down the poor, because when the government failed you, you feel like the government should fail everyone else. Are you what they call a welfare queen? And yes, that video appears to be 10 years old. Your financial situation may have changed, likely for the better, but that video sure came back to haunt you 10 years later, right? For lack of empathy for those that are going to lose their SNAP benefits next month shows me that you likely relied on government assistance yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Your income bracket may have improved in the last 10 years, and hey, good for you. Everyone has their highs and their lows in life. So just remember that. But remember where you came from. It was my tax dollars paying your benefits. You're welcome.
Do you know how long I could make $1,100 in food stamps last in this house? There's two of us, but I do have my son over every once in a while, or my daughters over once in a while to eat. I feed them too, and we always got food in our house, no matter what. I would take a third job. I have two jobs. I would take a third job if I had to, just to make sure my kids ate. What are you doing for your kids besides coming on the internet and bitching that you don't have any money in your food stamps account?
Isn't life funny? What do you mean? A white woman who is struggling to actually put food on her plate, herself. She's asking people why they can't be able to afford food in November.
And it's finally happened.
Oh, hey, Latasha. How's it going?
I posted a video this past week.
Oh, I saw that. How's that working out for you? People were really pissed about that video, huh?
Somebody is tagging my job.
Oh, shit. That fucking sucks.
Now listen, my opinions are of my own.
Right. But see, you came on Beyonce's internet and let those feelings, those intrusive thoughts, be spread all over the internet for people to judge you.
Don't try to take my livelihood away.
I mean, yeah, that is a really shitty thing to do, but I'm just kind of curious what you thought was going to happen when you came on the internet and were so fucking cold towards people who might be starving soon.
If you think that you're going to get me fired.
Well, I mean, they kind of got upset by what you said. And you support a regime that was getting a lot of other people fired for things they said. And I believe your employer has come out and said that your views don't align with theirs. So, I mean, lucky you. You're going to have one more paycheck to prepare yourself for the holidays. I would recommend that you get in line early at the food banks for your turkey and trimmings.
First of all, the bread that you're eating, man, yeah, in the last video, the bread that you were eating, girl, is so dry. Get some honey or butter on there and put it on there and eat. Before you come for Democrats saying, oh, they're the reason why people lost food stamps. And why do you even care about food stamps when you yourself, you actually ask people if, well, you got no toilet paper for November? What did you do with the toilet paper of October? You want to tell me Democrats sat there and they said, you know, even if we're not in power, we want to cut the budgets, you know, yeah. We want to cut the budgets. We don't want people to have Thanksgiving. Like, yeah. We want the homeless to die of hunger. If that is not delusional, I don't know what it is. These people be fascinated about Democrats. I tell you, they sleep and something in them rises up and then says, the Democrats are the problem. And voila. Without thinking, they wake up, come on the internet and be like, Democrats, you are the problem, we don't got water. Democrats, you see the gas prices are so high. Hello, have you seen at your father in whiteness called DJT? Does it look like a mystery to you? Is he part of the Democrats? Who makes the laws? Please, ma'am, relax. For the love of me, like father, like sons and daughters. Nah, I'm just gonna say it the way it is. Y'all understand DJT slips and slides? Remembering that Obama won Nobel Peace Prizes without even him from himself saying, I need them or I want them. They nominated him and elected him 3 times when he was unfazed in his house, chilling. Yeah. I think Republicans have the same mindset like their father.
I'm a Christian.
Okay.
This message is for all the people that are complaining that they're not getting their food stamps for November.
Okay, let's hear the Christian take on this.
What did you do with October's food stamp money?
My guess is they probably use that on food.
What'd you do? Did you stock up on pantry items and try to shop smartly? Or did you just go buy a bunch of processed garbage?
Why did you ask whether they either bought processed junk or if they stocked up on pantry items? Most pantry items are processed. And then you talked about eating peanut butter on toast. That stuff is processed. Processed also doesn't equal bad. Also, if you've ever looked into this, you know things like obesity rates and poverty rates are linked together because when people have less money or are relying on food stamps, they're going to try and get more bang for their buck, like you just said. So if they have a big family, they're typically going to get like a frozen lasagna to feed their family. But then if they eat healthier and spend the actual money, then you're also crapping on them. So it seems like they're never going to win with you anyways.
Looks like you're going to be going to the food pantry for your Thanksgiving meal. I know a lot of food pantries hand out turkeys for Thanksgiving. All the sides and trimmings too. Lots of food pantries. You better figure it out. I'm sick of hearing you complain, honestly.
I mean, hey, at least we learned what the Christian response is to this issue.
To all the people complaining that it's getting cold outside, what'd you do with all the heat we had this summer? Did you not save any of it? You knew it was going to get cold. By the way, you can thank the Democrats for that. You can also thank the Democrats that your favorite baseball team didn't make it to the World Series. You can thank the Democrats that leaves are falling off the trees. Did you know that? Should have saved some heat from this summer.
Imagine judging people for needing food stamps while you admitted that you need 2 jobs to survive. Be fucking for real. He's questioning what people did with their October benefits as if they were supposed to stretch to November. It's giving really out of touch energy. And based on her content,
And I'm stuck in this job. So I would really appreciate it if you guys watch the whole videos.
it's also giving selective memory because you're talking about struggling too. Congratulations, you're exhausted and underpaid. Working multiple jobs to cover groceries isn't the brag that you think. It's proof that even people doing everything right still can't get ahead. And this whole work harder mindset assumes that everyone has the same opportunities. Childcare support, health, and access to work, which just isn't true.
Things I have to do. So I'm just going all the time. And all I do is work, work, work. I'm here all the time.
Now, I would say you agree based on these posts. You can argue about who's a lazy adult or who isn't. I'm more worried about the kids. The kids are going to be the one who will really struggle from the loss of benefits if that happens next month. And if your family is going to be one of those affected, check your local resources now. Putting others down for struggling doesn't make your struggle more respectable.
Want to go get a job or a second job or whatever so your kids have what they need?
Well, now you got to go get a job or a second job or whatever because you lost your job. And I think that's sad because, like, the guy that you voted for shut the government down, so now you can't get no food stamps. And it's crazy because you can't get your kids back, so maybe you don't have the motivation to go inside of a store and steal from the people that's been stealing from us the whole time.
And you know what? I'm about real sick and tired of all this food stamps crap. Whip-de-doo, you won't be getting no food stamps in November. I mean, golly, what did you guys all do with the food stamps that you receive all year long? That should have last you. What happened to the food stamps from January, February, March, April, and May, June, July, August, September, October? What did you guys do? I know you didn't buy food with the actual food stamps and eat it for the month. All that money should be saved up. You should have stocked up your pantry instead of buying all that processed food. You see, me, I can come home and eat me some burnt toast and peanut butter. And golly, that just fills me right on up. This loaf of bread, I bought this back in January. And it done last me all the way up until October. If you guys stop buying all that processed food, all those chickens and those turkeys, you will be all right. Stock up your pantry. Where's the Spam? Where is the canned chicken breasts and the mayo? Whip-de-doo. I guess you guys will be hungry. You better should have went and got a job or something. What about Meemaw? She's on food stamps. I mean, Meemaw has nothing to do with this. Meemaw doesn't buy those processed foods like those other people do.
This message is for all the people that are complaining that they're not getting their food stamps for November. What did you do with October's food stamp money? What'd you do? Did you stock up on pantry items and try to shop smartly? Or did you just go buy a bunch of processed garbage? By the way, you can thank the Democrats.
I'm sure by now a lot of people have seen her video. My biggest takeaway is this is a perfect example of the lack of empathy in this country. And it's not just what's been happening the last few months or last year or last decades. It's really been since inception of America. And now we have a leadership that amplifies the lack of empathy. So it makes her behavior seem normal, which it's not. And this is why I don't really know how we can push past and unite this country when people don't have ethics and morals that are centrally aligned. Denying other people safe housing, affordable food, education, childcare, affordable wages. If we can't agree on the basics of living in this country, I just don't know how we come together, because that shows that your lack of empathy is more important than uniting this country and seeing us move forward.
Please tell me y'all seen that lady eating toast talking about the food stamp. Baby, check her out.
This message is for all the people that are complaining that they're not getting their food stamps for November. What did you do with October's food stamp money?
I'm sure they did exactly what they were supposed to do. They ate and fed those children.
What'd you do? Did you stock up on pantry items and try to shop smartly?
If they did or didn't, what is it to you, baby?
Leave them people alone.
Or did you just go buy a bunch of processed garbage? By the way, you can thank the Democrats for the government being shut down and your benefits not coming through for November.
Let's see what else she got to see.
Looks like you're going to be going to the food pantry for your Thanksgiving meal. I know a lot of food pantries hand out turkeys for Thanksgiving. All the sides and trimmings too. Lots of food pantries.
One thing for sure and two things for certain. They're going to find a way to feed those children. You best believe it, honey.
You better figure it out. I'm sick of hearing you complain, honestly. You ever have this as a meal? I'm eating peanut butter and butter on toast. It's absolutely delicious.
And that's the problem right there. And you look like you burnt that bread. So you mad because you eating peanut butter on black toast. Go figure.
You should try it.
Absolutely not. I don't think they want nothing you got, baby, because you look like you're having a hard time swallowing it.
And not for nothing, I saw this woman that said she was getting $1,100 a month in food stamps. Do you know how long I could make $1,100 in food stamps last in this house?
And there you have it. She mad because she ain't getting nothing. Poor baby.
There's two of us, but I do have my son over every once in a while or my daughters over once in a while to eat. I feed them too, and we always got food in our house.
Sound like you was lying. But yeah, y'all always got peanut butter, and bread. We get it, baby.
No matter what. I would take a third job. I have two jobs. I would take a third job if I had to, just to make sure my kids ate. What are you doing for your kids besides coming on the internet and bitching that you don't have any money in your food stamps account?
Somebody really needs to give us some damn food stamp.
Have you heard the latest about the toast eating food stamp lady? Apparently, she's lost her job. Corporate did not agree with her looking down her nose on people who receive food stamps benefits. So, let me ask you this. To the food stamp lady. What did you do with this month's check? Considering you won't be getting a check for November. Did you splurge on everyday needs like food, your clothing, your shelter, water, electricity? Or did you save up a little pocket full of sunshine for November? Better yet, what did you do with the other half of that burnt processed toast, peanut butter, and butter that you had? Did you save some for your meal next month? Better yet, let me ask you this. Did you save it for Thanksgiving? Because it looks like you're going to be the one visiting the food pantry, getting the turkey and all the trimmings. And you can thank the Republicans for that. The word of today is humility. Always remain humble. Because if you don't, God will humble you with a quickness. That's it. That's all. But I do agree. Toast with peanut butter when done right is delicious. Have a good day.
With the cart. What kind of a loser do you have to be to do that?
Tell me, what type of a loser of a parent do you have to be to lose custody of your children? Because you lost custody of your children. You said you did. What type of parent is that? What type of mother, a mother, loses custody of their children?
Friend, pick up the phone. Thank God Cheese Man. I have an update on Latasha. Now, if you're just tuning in, who is Latasha? Well, this is Latasha.
Once in a while, or my daughters over once in a while to eat. I feed them too, and we always got food in our house, no matter what. I would take a third job. I have two jobs. I would take a third job if I had to, just to make sure my kids ate. What are you doing for your kids besides coming on the internet and bitching that you don't have any money in your food stamps account?
Now, Latasha says, and in her videos and in a lot of other videos, you can tell that she really does not like people of color. She does not like people of color at all. But Latasha also didn't understand the power of social media and when you spew those types of things, what happens. And now people not only found out where she worked, but they also found out a lot about her living situation. Apparently, Latasha lives with either her mom or her grandmother. Maybe her grandmother. Latasha lives with her grandmother. Latasha doesn't have custody of her kids or lost custody of her kids, or her kids don't live with her. Latasha was at some point on food stamps, but she lost them. Not sure why she lost them. Latasha also works a job and has since allegedly gotten fired. But this is what happens when your thoughts and your views are not in alignment with people who spend money, with people who care about other people. Okay, so this is a greater example of what happens when there is strength in numbers. Target, they understood. So it's very important that what you're speaking is, number one, the truth, in alignment with those around you, and you know that you can stand on business about what you said, because it always comes back to haunt you. It always comes back. Now, on my other post, Latasha's also in the comments saying this. I don't really know. I don't know what that means or what that has anything. That has nothing to do with the video that I posted or the video that other people are posting, but that's what she had to say. So
this lady has been waiting a very long time to say what she said. If you missed it, this is Food Stamp Lady, someone who's clearly not in Group 7. She came on Al Gore's internet to judge people who may not get their food assistance next month, to ask them what they did last month with their food assistance last month. This is not a one-off. This isn't one radical lady with some weird thoughts. This is what a significant portion of this population believes. And they have been itching to say something about it for years. To you. To the recipients of food assistance. These people, when they see someone swiping an EBT card, they immediately look at what they bought. Lucky Charms. Oh, skirt steak. Well, I'm here with hot dogs for my children. And in their mind, they're not only having to pay for their groceries, but their tax money is paying for yours as well. And even though that's not how it works, that's how they feel about it. And they've been waiting a long time. They did not vote for Donald Trump because they were enamored with his concepts of a healthcare plan. They voted for him because he's cruel. He's willing to do that, to put those people in a situation where they're begging. And these people have been waiting to wag the finger in their face at desperate people. Keep in mind, the people on assistance are not the deadbeat parent. They're the ones who are willingly taking the children, who continue to provide for them, have a job and a half or two. They're the ones that go to the parent-teacher conferences. They're the ones saving up right now for Christmas. And that food assistance is what keeps the lights on in their house. It keeps them from getting foreclosed on or evicted. It keeps them in the car that brings their children to school. These people, these Christians, these Trump voters, see none of that. They see your Lucky Charms and see it as excessive to them. And they've been waiting to say something for a long time. She may be the only example that we've seen so far. These people want you to know that they don't have pity for you because you've been buying Lucky Charms when you could have been buying oats in bulk. I keep hearing that Pluto in Aquarius is going to reveal things. We keep thinking of corruption. It's going to reveal government corruption. What if it's just revealing what's inside of your heart? All of us collectively. And this is the first glimpse of this particular revelation.
Hey, Latasha girl, I know you was asking what about the food stamps for October, where they went. I know because you're not an active parent, you don't have custody of your children, and you only see them every other week. And I know you don't understand responsibilities and duties as a parent, but just to let you know, them kids ate the food stamps for last month.
The food stamp lady, you know, the one that was eating toast, the one that was looking down on everybody using food stamps, saying, you know, what'd you do with last month's food? She reminds me of somebody. You guys remember the MAGA lady with the oxygen tank? Everybody was doing the viral trend, and then so she jumped on it to do it too because everybody wanted to, you know, mock the poor immigrants that were being picked up. And then the internet ripped her because she had an oxygen tank, so she stood out, you know. I think you guys are forgetting that you're on an algorithm, okay? You're on a MAGA algorithm, a hateful algorithm where you feel safe, right? Because you're just doing a trend that somebody else did. You're just copy and paste, following the leader, right? Because when you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And when you don't really stand for anything, this is what happens. Well, guess what? That lady, EBT lady, she got fired. Yeah, she did. But not before she came on the internet to make a video about how she used to be on food stamps. She used them when she needed them, but then she got off of them because there are regulations that say adults between this age and this age have to do this, this, and this. So once she did that, and that, she was no longer qualified for benefits, so then she had to get off of them. She's like, I didn't live on them, though. I just used them to help me get to a better place. Hello, genius. Don't you think that's what everybody's doing? You think that magically now that you're not on them, people are just bending the rules and breaking the rules? No, there are actually a lot of requirements that you have to prove, that you have to show in order to get food stamps, right? Because it's not something that people are just living off of. Not unless you're a disabled person like my brother who has muscular dystrophy, okay? That's where your muscles deteriorate. He can't use his hands, barely walk. He can't do anything for himself, right? So I have to help him physically. I don't get benefits. He gets like $150 a month. He gets crumbs, scraps at the bottom. Imagine being so comfortable on your algorithm that you feel like you can attack the most vulnerable people on in this country and get away with it. Oh, man. Like I said, when you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And when you don't really stand for anything, this is what happens. Maybe instead of just following the leader, copy and pasting the person on your algorithm, show some real compassion.